The oddity of life brings about some really interesting twists and turns, especially if you open up and let yourself take a few chances here and there. But just like life, when playing fantasy football, you'll often encounter lots of twists and turns. It's all a game of chance. While we do things to influence our fate, one never knows the outcome until it finally arrives.
Remember the days we used to play basketball and stuff? Oh, these are good plays. We don't play those games. We don't play some basketball, man. Like the good old days.
Let's go play today. Do you want to go?
You want to play some hoops?
Yeah.
I'm the guy shooting the free throw. J.Fred and Josh are probably my two closest buddies. They, of course, are hoping I'll break this shot, and I'm counting on the chance to make it and pull ahead. As luck would have it, I made the shot, and then a statistical anomaly occurred for me. I somehow went on to make 4 more in a row. It's like the chance that brought us all together. The 3 of us met at a small, relatively unknown college. Now, more than 8 years later, we're still close friends, and we figured out that fantasy football is a big reason for that. It's kept things tight between 3 of us and several other college buddies. It's how we've kept in touch over the years.
John.
I got about halfway.
Josh and I realized we had to capture this craze, not only in our own circle, but in the grander sense. Fantasy football is ridiculously huge, and we knew there's got to be a bigger reason for it than just betting on games and loving football. So a few days ago, Josh and I drove from Denver to East Lansing to get the latest and greatest fantasy football season started right. Our plan is to start off at our commissioner's house and spend the entire football season talking with other fantasy football leagues, real NFL players, and various experts all over the country.
Oh, you guys are... What's up, j.fred?
Johnny.
Come on, bro.
What's up?
This is the amazing moment for us. We get to meet your second kid. How old's the baby?
8 days. A lot of people in the league do have children. I don't know if you noticed that.
Things are changing fast, aren't they?
When we started the league, there were no parents in the league. I think it'll be fine. Watch out, watch out.
You're not gonna hit me. I'll hit you, Will.
Oh. Damn. Here, sit on it.
Fantasy football, unscripted, as you can tell.
j.fred is not your typical commissioner, and for that matter, neither is our fantasy football league. We play for Twinkies, not cash, and j.fred always tries to spice things up with some bizarre rules and crazy costume extravaganzas. His real life, on the other hand, is not quite as colorful.
Like I said, I'm selling carbon dioxide detectors for $10 an hour. You know,
How's it going? Are you selling a lot?
I sold one the other day.
Can I buy one?
If you really are sincere, I'll sell you one. It's going to be $75 though.
Before the season begins, everyone must choose a name for their team. Josh came up with Shaky Legs, j.fred chose Phantom 309, and I enlisted help from a very unlikely candidate.
Hey, figure out something that would relate to the word hunter.
Hunter?
Hunter.
Mom, that's kind of lame, though. Come on. Keep trying with spiders or something like that. Go in that direction.
How about the aphid?
I like it. It's done. Thanks, Mom.
How about the boll weevils or the...
Egg, a little cheese. I like to go a little overboard with cheese because one thing I've learned in cooking seminars I give is you can never, ever put too much cheese on anything.
I'll catch up with you. I'll call you after the draft, or if not, I'll just talk to you tomorrow.
Draft day is probably the single most important day to almost every fantasy football league. All over the country, groups of 10 to 15 people get together to choose NFL players that will represent their teams. Like many others, our league drafts players over the internet because our 12 team owners live thousands of miles apart.
Josh.
What's up?
Go over at the team.
Evan? Here? Oh, hell yeah. I thought you were going to be asleep. Hey, log on.
Kelly, start with you, Josh.
Kelly. What's going on?
Evan, say something.
We got a box of Twinkies. Grand prize is going to be a box of Twinkies Twinkies, like it is, every year for the past. I got notes on the ceiling here. I'm reading notes because that's where I'm getting my information from.
You have a group of people get together. One at a time, you select players out of the NFL. And then after you select players during the season each week, those players score points by either getting yards, touchdowns, catches, receptions. Some leagues even give points for carries or for pass attempts, not even completions for the quarterbacks. And as you acquire points, your team gets points, and it depends on how your league works. Do you do a season scoring where maybe it's all the points for a season, or head-to-head matchup, my team against your team, and my team scored 80 points this week, your team scored 90 points, and I get a win, you get a loss. So a head-to-head matchup, and then usually you'll use the last 3 or 4 weeks of the NFL season as your playoffs.
Every year, j.fred announces his upcoming retirement from the league, and so naturally, we use it as an excuse to meet up and have a party. Inevitably, j.fred always returns the following year.
I'm very excited about the party, but I'm very sad to hear that you're retiring, because I think you're the reason this league exists. And if you go away and you decide not to be the commissioner, this is it.
Well, I'm sort of like a cross between Bill Clinton and Richard Nixon, where we did some things wrong, but some people still really like us, despite our flaws. That's Icelandic for something.
That's weird.
Kelly pulls out some weird
Does
stuff.
he realize we're going to be pronouncing his name like in 20 different ways throughout the season?
Svard?
That's how he always says it.
Doy. Something in Iceland.
I get to bed because tomorrow morning, crack of dawn, we're going to see Savardi. He's in Detroit for a wedding. It'll be fun to catch up with him. He's always one of the best. I guarantee he'll be in the playoffs.
Donut Cutter. That sounds like a place I would like.
What's up, dog? Savardi, what's up,
Sparky Dowley. What's up, guys?
I don't know if I should hug you or hit you. Because I'm by you this week and you're going down.
You are going down, buddy.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
What's up, man?
Hey, man. Whoa, that was good to see you. That was pretty awful. I got my Iceland shirt on. Represent my team.
You're Sephardi dude?
Nah, you guys
we'll
don't
call
know.
you Sephardi dude.
Sephardi dude? You guys don't know shit. What do you guys think? Do you think who's gonna win this game?
Who's your running backs?
Already do. Who's gonna win?
I've got Frank Gore
Did you guys all vote against me?
and LaDainian Tomlinson, who's my second. He's just my second back.
Actually, I put a Vikings helmet on my Vikings thing on my helmet right for now on a black helmet because Farti Dowdi means Black Death.
I can't believe we're all sitting here in the middle of like some country.
I'll see you sometime if you guys come up to Vermont or at a retirement party, I guess.
Yeah, retirement party.
Hey, say hi to Heather for me.
Yeah, I will. And the babies,
And Donald
too.
and Christine.
Kelly.
Yeah?
I'll tell you something about the season.
What's that? That was good.
Hey, 3 Butterburger cheese singles.
Should I go with Grandpa Don?
Yeah.
Actually, let's make that 4 of those, please.
You like football?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah? Who are you rooting for?
What are you gonna watch?
Well, today's the first day, official day of the NFL, so all the games are on.
Yeah,
Season's starting up.
we've all got our, all of our fantasy players, real players for fantasy football. So we got to watch a bunch of different games and see what's happening out there. So.
You got pads and
Well,
Helmets.
Doesn't say what happened. Doesn't say who scored the touchdown.
Yeah, it does.
Not for Denver.
Go to the game, box score.
Look, that's where I'm at. All I got is Jeff Wilkins kicking 4 field goals.
Hey, you didn't even stop at that stop sign.
I don't care.
Are you upset about your team?
I'm just, I'm in shit mood, basically.
Let me make this official. I am going to retire this year. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I just don't have time for this anymore. I'm moving on. There's things I'd like to do. You know, when I started doing this, I was 24, 25. You know, I had a lot of potential in my life. I was going to do great things, but you know what? I didn't. I didn't do great things. I sell carbon monoxide detectors for $10 an hour.
Last year was the first year I heard Boomer mention anything about Cincinnati. Never mentioned it before, but now all of a sudden, you know, hey, watch out, hold on, bingo. Who they gonna beat up?
Well, you know, like I said, you helped me win the pool, you helped me win the league, and you know, my response is, okay, so where's my cut? You know, since I helped you win the league and I helped you win, where's my cut? But yeah, it is, and it just goes to show you just how far, because I don't think anybody ever thought fantasy would go to where it is right now.
When you get your nephews, your nieces, your aunts, your uncles in your 12-team fantasy league, it's a great way to stay in touch with people.
To this day, I still get people coming to me and thanking me for that season, for winning their fantasy, or helping them win their fantasy league.
Okay, perfect.
Nice talking to you.
You too, as well. Look forward to it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There you have it. Andy Musolimus, former owner of the King's X Bar in Oakland. A big reason for fantasy football. And I'll be meeting him Monday night.
There is no question that this is an Oakland thing.
What I understand is Oakland Raiders, Oakland Tribune, and King's X. Those are the three sort of pillars that started it all.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to go back to Bill Winkenbeck. He was a limited partner in the Raiders, and I was the beat writer, and George Ross was the sports editor. So on this road trip to New York, Boston, and Buffalo, we always made that three-team swing. We were at the Manhattan Hotel in New York, and it was an off day, and it was in the evening, and we'd had a few drinks, and we were talking and started talking about these games he played. And someone, might have been me, I don't know, or it might have been George Ross, said, Jesus, why don't we do something like that with football? And we stayed up most of that night hammering out these rules and regulations, and that night we got all the rules. They're still basically the same the way it's played today. The acronym was GOPPL, G-O-P-P-P-L, the Greater Oakland Professional Pigskin Prognosticators League. That's what it was called.
I was in GOPPL for, let's see, from 1963 to 1970, 7 years.
Yeah.
So I was the owner and Andy was the coach. We had 8 owners and everybody was allowed to coach, maybe even an assistant coach, I can't remember. But you can only draft AFL players, and we used Street and Smith magazine as the guide. If the guy wasn't in there, you couldn't draft him.
Well, you tell Scotty he got me in something that I've been playing for 43 years, and it's his fault.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you guys did it together.
Yeah. Our first year, when we finished that night, Scotty and I and a couple others went out and had a few belts. Boy, we were just in a high. And we couldn't wait for the first game.
Life began in 1969 at the King's X, the greatest camaraderie in the world as far as sports is concerned in football. Andy Musolinis was the one that brought life to us football fans. And here's the division, the King's division.
No question, nobody else, no. There's not a person on here from GOPPL that's played the, I've probably played longer than anybody else, no question.
Looking like an ass means nothing nowadays. Looking like an ass is perfectly normal. Everybody's doing it. You know, you make an ass of yourself and post a video on YouTube, and guess what? Who cares? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't hurt you in any way, because people get so used to it, and then they don't care, and they're jaded. So, you know, this is very bitter tape, and I don't want to speak like that. You know what? Because I'm not a bitter person. I love life, and I want to talk a little bit about fantasy football, because that's, let's admit it, suck. It's what we're all here for. We're here for this, the fantasy.
back when I was in 7th grade and we had our first draft, we didn't even call it fantasy football. I don't know that there was really an official title for what we were doing back then. Yeah. It was just a bunch of guys who were young bettors, I guess, and a little bit of a gambling edge, and we loved football. And a buddy came up to me and explained the concept, and it was just about finding guys who would score touchdowns. And so we just held a little impromptu draft, and we followed it in the newspaper.
When old man you was bending low, where is the light? When the sun runs.
Starting to make some plans for the commission retirement party. I've got a couple ideas. I think the top one right now would be the Mexico location.
Well, I'm 0-2 now. Last weekend was a debacle, so I have a shitty team. And I've got to figure out how to get things back together this week, because if I go 0-3, my chances for the playoffs seriously start to fade. And we're also down here filming some full tackle football ladies who also play fantasy football.
E-S! Renegades! Renegades!
Saucy Scalawags, Huntsville, Alabama.
It's the Trenton APers. Trenton is a little town in Alabama where I grew up, Trenton, Alabama. APers, the AP stands for anal play. Got this name when coming back from the NWFA championship game, which is the women's football championship game, was in Pittsburgh. We were on our way home and stopped off in an adult video store and bought porn. So we're driving down the road with a portable DVD, all watching Boy on Boy.
Because Saucy's League doesn't allow me to pick up at like half a person, so I have to drop somebody I want to keep to pick up a quarterback to play on the bye week, because Saucy don't know how to do fantasy football.
I do. When it comes to fantasy football, we're head to head.
Last week I was thinking he played, so he'll play this week. He may be limited, but he'll play.
Well, in my league with her, like all my starters, Kansas City's got a bye. We play football together, we play fantasy football together, and we play on the same softball team.
Yeah.
When the big girls grab you, come up to you, the line, if somebody big has the ball, grab them by the shirt and just hang on. And someone big, and someone big will be there to help you eventually.
Well, I got things to do.
Yeah,
But
like
see,
watch
like I said,
TV.
it's called my boyfriend.
You were so wrong. Well, there's a group of, 10 to 12 of us, and we are extraordinarily tight.
Yeah, I could have been screwed big time. I won. All our games are finished.
I can't even spend the time I need to manage my team. And at this point, I'd say I've got a real crisis on my hands. I could say my team's 0-3, but that doesn't mean much right now.
Aphids, you disappoint me. You're 0-3. Your team sucks. You really do. You need to quit. You really do suck. Now, FBI, my friend, one of the first people to sign up for the league, you have been non-existent since the draft. And you had a good team, and you had a good thing going. And you don't have it going anymore because you don't pay attention. You're that guy.
There are NFL players that play fantasy football. Jamie did a story with Cato June of the Colts. Cato June's got a fantasy team. Chris Cooley, there's a funny story out there where Chris Cooley cost himself a fantasy playoff berth because he went out and he had a good game for the Redskins.
Well, as I said, Kevin Jones has himself in his own fantasy league, which a little bit of extra pressure probably each Sunday.
Me and a bunch of guys from the Lions, we have a team. Me, Roy Williams, Dre Bly, Terrence Holtz, like 10 of us. I guess the most awkward time for me is like when you playing against somebody, like you actually playing against a team and you don't want, because you, like the main thing is you're your team that you're really on wins the game, not the fantasy team. But then you don't want to root for this guy because it's fantasy football, you know.
We are in San Diego and have started, I guess officially, week 4 of our journey.
I don't know anything about fantasy football. I don't even watch it. I have
Guy's broad.
Yeah. I live here so I can be outside. I don't live here so I can go sit in a stingy bar or my place to watch TV all day. So.
And what do the real football players think about fantasy football?
The real dudes, some of them play. We're trying to talk to some that play, that's a big goal of ours. But I think a lot of them don't really try not to care that much about it. But my guess is that even if they don't admit it, they're going onto those websites and they're looking at what their point totals are.
So what's a mulligan?
The mulligan is not even related to fantasy football.
It's not?
Represent the 619. Way it was, mom would dish him meals and pops would bring the bacon.
A high moment would be when I won the overall points title and the Super Bowl in the same year. So call it the double-double.
It's so addictive. Yeah, it's, anytime that you're logging on, at work or at home, like checking your email, it's, you gotta have it. I mean, I got like 1,000 things going on, so in fantasy football, however, it's so funny because that always takes precedence on everything I do.
About 2 weeks ago, I was at his house watching a UFC fight, and he was going banter back and forth about players and who's this and who's that. I pretty much wanted to jump in the pool and drown.
What's up, Slick? Come, my guys?
You're not gonna win this year.
Oh, no. I'm already behind. I'm a 1-3.
8:32 left in the third. We're tied at 6.
So I got the DirecTV package so we can watch 3 different TVs at a time, and then we just kind of flip back and forth between the games and see a play that we missed. There's like 3 of us. We usually give one guy a remote control each, and he gets his own TV.
Here's Thomas Jones. And Jones tackled by Darian.
The Aphids won this week.
That's you, right?
That's me.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah. Finally.
Great.
$27 billion people who play fantasy football, according to a Gallup poll, I guess. And so you can believe that or not, but I'm sure if you go to any gas station or a bowling alley or a truck stop, you will walk up to anybody, or you can go to a library or a supermarket, anywhere you go, and just ask somebody if they're familiar with fantasy football.
It's obviously humongous business. I mean, nobody has a real firm grasp on how many people actually play. But it's obviously in the millions, the tens of millions of guys out there who every Sunday, care about stats and more about the games themselves.
You hear different numbers from different sources. Some say 11 million, some say 30 million. I'd put the number roughly at about 20 million people play fantasy football.
The girl I've been dating for 3.5 years. We were filming on the East Coast, and I came back after 3 weeks of shooting, and she broke up with me. And ever since then, I've done everything that I can to try and fight to win her back, and I don't know that I'm ever going to. And so, I'm trying to make her a cheesecake right now because I always used to cook for her, and I know it's something that she enjoyed, and I know it's just one small way that I can show her that how much I care about her. I've definitely devoted a lot to pursue ambitions that I've had, and all the while neglected a lot of the people that were very close to me, especially her, I mean, most of all. It just hurts so much to feel like you've lost somebody.
Josh going through some really tough stuff. So at this point in time, Josh is essentially going to take a break from things, and it looks like I'm going to have to go hit the road by myself.
In 1977, our first league was established here in Raton. And I learned from the people that were in the casinos at Lake Tahoe. And I just fell in love with it. I wanted to share it with my friends that were living here in Raton. Yeah, I first started in 1975 in Lake Tahoe. I used to work at Harris Tahoe, and we used to have just a ticker tape. And the guys out there back then, when they were on break, they would go in there to see how the scores were. I wondered what they were doing, and come to find out they were already doing this fantasy football the same way that we're doing it now, and that was 32 years ago. We all like to golf. We all like to meet together at the golf course, and we started a league at the White House Saloon. This is paper now. We don't do nothing by internet. I keep track of all the scores. It's up to me, and if I make a mistake, then the other guys, they'll let you know. A game like this have kept us all in touch. And then even the only way you usually get in on our leagues now is by death. If somebody does, then we all sit together. Who are we going to let in to take this position?
I mean, I would have played this stupid thing if it was strictly stats and it was game, and I didn't have any way to interact with Evan or Shaky Legs, j.fred, all those guys. I mean, they're my bros, and they mean the world to me. I gotta go. This cow's coming. My life is on the line right now. Albie, we gotta get going. Come on. I'm worried because if I get up right now, he can start charging me. This could be the end.
There's always a buzz. I'm not crazy. There's a buzz. If you really listen, you'll always hear a buzz. Kind of like when you look into a light and look away, there's always that squiggly there. That squiggly thing in front of you. I don't know what that is, but it's like that buzz. There's buzzes and squigglies. Our ears and our eyes are just like so contaminated. You don't realize there's nothing pure left.
You know, I've covered the NFL. You know, I've been in locker rooms, I've been on sidelines, you know, of games. Like I said, I've been to Super Bowls, things like that. And people would be like, you know, my friends or people that I would meet would say, oh, wow, that's really cool. But, you know, I tell them that I work for a fantasy football site and that's my job. You have the coolest job ever. I can't believe that that's what you do. Tell me who to start this week, you know, especially during football season. It's really amazing.
It's a rough week for Shaky Legs. Good old Shaky Legs. Last time we spoke, I was making a cheesecake. That didn't turn out so well.
That's the way it is. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Flipping through revolving doors. Never giving chase. Never giving chase. Never giving.
Getting ready to talk to Jason Bosky. Jason, he does an internet show. An internet radio show, and it's kind of for his league. As far as I can tell, it's just for his league.
Here we go. Better. Welcome to the South Suburban Fantasy Football League show. My name is Jason Bosky. I'm glad to have you all here today. And we have a call coming in. Who do we got? Uh-oh. This is the South Suburban Fantasy Football League show. Mr. Jeff Figurelli, how are you?
Pretty good. How you doing, Bosky?
I wrote the software over time from 1999 through, and I'm still making improvements today. Right. Most of the actual functional software, you know, bidding on players, drafting players, cutting players, offering trades, emailing the league, that's been pretty well set for ever since from the moment I learned ASP, which is 1999. And I learned ASP to code the league. I don't exercise well. Just going on a treadmill or lifting weights. I need something to do. I saw curling for the first time in the 2002 Olympics, and it looked just so hokey. You know, just another hoser sport. You know,
you get a point for every one of your stones or rocks that is closer to the center than the closest rock for the other team.
the getting together for the drafts and the annual state of the league meeting and voting in new rules and things like that, they were always the best part of the year for me, not just from a football perspective, but from a congregating together and catching up with people that you don't get to see nearly as often as you'd like, just because real life gets in the way.
I don't know how Josh is doing. You know, I'm a little worried about him. He's obviously been going through a tough time. He's a great buddy, and it's like, you know, I hope the second half of the season is strong for him. I hope his team, shaky legs, I hope they can pull it together. They're having some struggles.
No, I'm afraid this isn't gonna work. I wouldn't be caught dead in that.
She got a ticket and she called it valet. Bright red dress, head full of Alizé. You get it when you get it, girl. We do it our way. We make it look easy, mechanized ballet. You damn straight. Parking cars when it's late.
Show them the thing again. Okay, they've seen enough of the thing. Congratulations, aphids. Starting to pick it up. Shaky legs, you're in trouble. Cartoon dogs, famous, who knew? Good stuff. You guys are playing well. Everybody's playing well. Everybody's enjoying the league. And we must run and look forward to seeing Hunter, Shaky Legs and Aphids stopping by the cold Michigan town of Lansing sometime very soon.
It's 20 million people that know more about it than I do. I don't know much about it at all. It's, you know, I know that you get points based on how good your guys do or whatever, and you are in the leagues and stuff, but...
Well, I know in my years in the league, it's changed the fan perspective quite a bit. You know, now you'll go on the road for a road game and they're supposed to hate you, and you'll be coming out of the tunnel and they'll be like, Longwell, I need 3 field goals today for my fantasy team.
Well, I honestly have no idea what fantasy football is. Well, I don't even know what it is.
Oh, yeah?
No clue. When I leave here, I'm fishing or hunting.
The only thing I hate is when people, man, you gotta score 3 touchdowns for me. Like, I can't control that. I can't control that.
I am finished with Seattle and heading back to meet up again with Josh in Denver, and then we're off to the East Coast.
There's definitely good times and bad times, and I don't know where things will lead, but I definitely feel like I'm getting into a better place with it all, and you know.
But again, I just want to say, right here, AP stands for aphids. Aphids is where it's at.
She's taken the wax to me a few times, that's fine. Everybody's taken the wax to me by now. If you've known me, you've probably beaten me because I go up and down.
When we're crowning achievement, it'd be nice to meet my husband again. I've beat him many times in the past, it'd be nice to meet him again. We share the obsession of football, plus we share the obsession of fantasy football. Brian today, he got me so mad. I can use him as trade bait.
You know, we've been sitting talking this whole time that Romo's going to get in.
I'm used.
So why in the hell would you go with
trade bait?
For what?
Another running back. My running backs suck except for LT.
You're not going to get anybody to trade you a running back for a wide receiver. It doesn't happen. No one does that. The only person who does that is Cheese, and I've already taken care of that.
You're such an ass. Let me find a way to screw my web. And then I have Musa freaking Smith because of your wonderful suggestion.
If Jamal Lewis gets hurt, Musa Smith blows up. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Guarantee.
Well, he has accumulated 54 points on my freaking bench.
You had him in the week before. Thank you.
I don't remember. All I remember is you make your suggestions. You do not always do my lineups. You liar. You are a liar.
Last Sunday was Heather's luckiest day because Tomlinson scored 4 touchdowns. And then her second luckiest day was when she met me. Yeah.
Aphids and Shaky Legs are hanging around. They've been visiting. They're always hanging around here, and they'll be traveling for another month and hopefully get this damn thing over with, and they can start give me and my wife some privacy once again. And all that stuff. Quit leaving the damn lights on all the time. Wife's not too happy about that, I can tell you.
And I kind of feel like Fantasy Fashion League is similar. You know, you're going to learn about designers you've never heard of before. I know when you watch the Oscars and someone says they're wearing Prada and you have Prada on your team, you feel like you just scored a touchdown.
That's the big thing. If you can sponsor that and you're the person who drove that in and it becomes a public law and you've just created the law of the nation that everybody in the world, everybody in the United States has to obey by, you've scored the touchdown.
I've been playing fantasy football since 1995.
I'm 7-0. I'm crushing everybody this year. I lose to the worst team in the league.
He was undefeated, you know, and until he played me, I beat him this week.
You know, this is when Oliver spanked my tail the other night.
When we leave from here, we'll go and check on him and make sure he's doing okay, you know.
You okay? Harvey. Oh, shit. Check his pulse. Very faint. Harvey, mom, baby, okay?
He got it this weekend. Got it good.
This is what trying to be undefeated does to you.
We saw him. We thought we saw you at FOP.
Oh, you thought y'all saw me?
Yeah, we thought we saw you in the lobby sitting down.
See, you bounced back. I told him all you needed was some Red Bull, and you'd be right back.
And matter of fact, I haven't had a team this good, Oliver, what, in a long time?
It really don't matter with you, though.
This office has always been kind of fantasy central right here. Now, let me call Vicky and see if Vicky's in. That's the Nubian princess.
I am one of the captains for the Washington Redskins. Ambassadors, we're the promotional squad. Hey, girls. And I coach what's known as the Angels, which is the youngest age cheerleading group for junior cheerleaders for the Redskins.
Most of the people in our league, we know each other. So it makes it for a lot of fun because a lot of us were friends or associates before we even got the league. And then once we got the league together, it even bonded a lot of people together who would not even know each other. All of us are in high pressure jobs, so it is a relaxing thing for us. You've been offered a trade. One of the great things we love is when you come into your site, right? And you see something like this, you've been offered a trade. Cat like me gets geeked up on this, okay? That's one of the reasons I play, because I just love the trade. They already suspect that I'll be working things anyway.
He makes trades that are shady.
This might be my best time to make that deal. People have just been waiting for the day that I work the deal to get Donovan from Vicky. Now, if you lose this week, you sure I couldn't send you anything for Donovan?
Not a thing. Not for Donovan.
See, it's almost like she in love with the dude, okay? It's almost like she got a picture of the dude at the crib, you know, because I think the ladies in the league act like these dudes are really their players.
I'm standing by my man. McNabb.
It's funny when people want to trade with you, you know. It doesn't matter. They sweet talk you, try to slow walk you, just by, you know, to do anything they need to do.
This is the Flamingos. This is another one of the players in our league.
Flaming Flamingos.
Flaming Flamingos. He's in our league too. Now, you can't take Kittner off my hands for Brett Favre because Kittner having a real good year. And I don't expect you to give me Carson Palmer for him because that's not easy.
No.
That's why I said it's hard for us to work something out.
You see that fleece? You see? He's trying to fleece, the fleecing of America. This dude right here.
Send me something, Steph.
All right.
Package it up. Let me look at it. I might help you out.
I tell you, you're gonna slow walk you.
See, I had to work the little trade thing.
I like it.
I always gotta get that in there. This is my year, and I'm not settling for anything less. So that's where I'm at.
24 points. You're making that out. I know how you make up stats. I think I'm gonna pick up this week. I'm playing Hunter. It's gonna be a tough matchup.
Within 4 points, if one of us will win tomorrow night, I don't know who it's going to be. Can't tell you that. Shaky Legs, 2.
That's where I like to be.
Aphids, 17.5. Uh-oh, Shaky Legs just got some points. LJ Smith got a reception.
All right, the scoring update. It's actually 56.5 to 42.5. You're winning.
Jake Delhomme sacked by G. Ellis. Jake Delhomme fumbled. Jay Ratliff recovered. Do you realize I just lost 4 points? Point of the fact is, you just read the score. You're winning. You're all
And you're
excited
just upset
and happy
because
now.
you're losing. People knock people all the time.
Yeah, but it's not cool.
It's 58 to 68.
58 to 68, so I'm 10 behind?
Yep.
My team was doing a lot better when John talked to us.
Look at this. This is the start of my streak.
Congratulations. I should have won that game. It was the closest game I had where I lost. And those close games where you lose, in my opinion, it's great to have a battle. But man, it sucks to lose. It sucks.
Retirement party coming to a country near you, south of the border. What happens when 15 friends get together and talk about fantasy football? Who knows? Who knows? We'll be playing Pinnacle down there, that's for sure. Lots of Pinnacle, lots of Pina Coladas and Pinnacle, because that's a great combination. If you've never played Pinnacle after having a few Pina Coladas, you're in for some strange bedfellows. Okay, what the hell does that mean?
It's called Paparazzi.
Paparazzi?
Yeah, it's like paparazzi, but with an F. Paparazzi. I've become addicted to all of it now, though, because now I can deem it research for my team.
Exactly.
It's not as sad and pathetic. But on the same token, I don't get so upset at fantasy football anymore, because now I get it. You get so into it. It's like, all right. Constantly reading, constantly trying to predict people and what they're going to do. Looking at their patterns of behavior in the past. Obviously, Brittany, you know, is going to constantly be in the press. Lindsay Lohan, another popular choice.
Saturday night on the 12th of June, I was sleeping in the stars, dreaming about the moon. When we hit the pavement, and nothing flat, I stuck my hair out.
What? Those are the best directions I've ever seen.
I made it through with 10 minutes to spare.
Are you serious? That's good work.
So I took the wrong. I took.
I'm going to Jordan.
Oh, dude. Oh. So how's it being a dad?
Wow. No, I mean it's the same, but then it's different, you know.
j.fred! You made it!
Oh. John, we're really sorry to see you go. Anyway, El Kamish.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a retirement party?
Oh, sure.
That's Spanish for, sure, go ahead and leave your friends. The only jack and shit who really care about you. Fine, just fuck off.
Josh, go find that. Josh!
All right, Commissioner, step in. Let me, you guys, just calm down. We're not throwing things at anybody's face anymore.
Why not? Dude, what happened to you?
Oh, Eva keeps pointing that out. Can we just,
What is it?
I've replaced Izzy. It's called Izzy. It's new fruit beverage, drink carbonated.
I've replaced my morning coffee with Izzy.
Let's point out some good things about everybody in the room.
Like
those pretty bras and things, all those things that make my Johnson swing. Oh yeah, that sugar and spice.
How did Darth Vader know what Luke Skywalker got him for Christmas? He felt his presence.
It is definitely time for retirement.
Oh, right here. 70 points.
That'd be a great game to watch on TV right now. The Cincy San Diego, 42-41. This could be really close. If you get a touchdown or a field goal or something right now, your kicker's going to come on and try and kick an 80-yard field goal.
78 to 64.5. Bitch boy. It's a tight game. We've got about the same number of players left. I gotta beat John.
I think I'm gonna lose this week. I'm down by actually. Daryl Jackson's touchdown helped, but
put it on 96.5.
They don't have radio stations in Mexico.
Fitzgerald just got a pass. I probably just got half a point up on you.
No!
And in the pile-up,
for this matchup.
We're gonna hit back. They don't know what's gonna happen. 8:30, one of us goes to that gate to get that man, bring him back.
Dude, look at this. 94 to 79.5! Woo! Ow! Because I'm kicking your ass.
Tatum Bell did nothing. Oh, Larry Fitzgerald.
11 points. He's still playing. No, it's final. Are we final?
What's the score?
This is garbage.
I won! I kicked your ass!
No, I got Muhim Muhammad.
Who? You got. That's your only hope.
He needs 15 points, which, I mean, that's possible.
All right.
What? You're all giddy.
You're giddy. Why are you happy?
Go ahead right here. Go, boy.
99.94.
Shaky Legs really thought he was gonna win. I mean, he really did.
You did.
I should have. Next year.
It's like my dad always said, if you keep your expectations low, you'll never be disappointed. And I really agree with that, so I think we can all just be content. And if we never make any money and if we never win the fantasy football championship, then life goes on and nothing really changes.
It's bigger than bowling.
Bigger than bowling?
I think fantasy football is bigger than.
Like, okay, 20 million people are playing.
No, I think 80 million.
Yeah, I gotta say I've never heard of it, but see, Windsor's close to the U.S. So you got a lot of big football fans in Windsor, right? A lot of border towns, I think. You know, you get other places in Canada, you're gonna get not so much, right? Because they're watching Canadian football or
hockey
or baseball or curling. Or whatever.
Yeah, we do fantasy football in England.
You do football,
the
don't you?
sun. Yeah, soccer. What you do, you get 40 million to spend, and then you have to pick 11 players, and you're not allowed to pick no more than 2 players per team.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to be careful. You know, one of each, one midfielder. Yeah, it's good.
How popular is it over there?
It's massive.
Is it?
It's huge.
You know what's funny? I went on Google Maps. Well, there's Border Patrol, and they you know how I found my house on there was all the cars parked on the lawn.
Oh, we gotta get mad. Oh, what is that? That's it looks like a bug.
A moth?
Yeah.
It's a mustache, Grandpa Larry.
Give her a kiss.
Oh no! I look like a dork.
I really like that picture of you.
What's up with me?
What about this one? Can you get that one?
No,
all I did, I went like this. I barely touched it and the thing popped off. I didn't ram into it. Test endurance.
Watch the mirror now.
Would insurance cover this?
Boy, told you I learned this in Vietnam. We taped everything. You know, walking out my Metro with the broken mirror.
It's fixed. Gorilla tape.
You know, my Gorilla tape. That's good tape. Now listen to this engine. Look at this. This is broke. Look what I got here. I got a house mirror. See? And it works. I broke that. Bye, guys.
Bye, Dad. Love you guys. See you sometime.
Tell Heather I love her. I will. Give the kids a big hug and kiss.
Found Johnny's mask.
They took my 7-Up away.
Are you serious? Plus I pointed out his mask to them. I wasn't sure if they saw it.
I opened up my bag, there's a big luchador mask in there.
I have $1. I have $6. Sometimes, every moment, your luck can change. Right now, we're gonna see who's got the most luck and how that applies to our fantasy football season for the rest of the year.
Spin wheel. You played them all. There you go. I just walked.
This is the valet live on the spot. Parking your car, smoking dimes of pot with my friend Huggy B all around the way. We're coming through, moving your shit like feng shui. Doing it, making this music. Clueless to the fact that these cats don't like it in St. Louis. And we gon' rip it when we break this shit down. And I'll steal your car with Travis and Hug Brown, leaving every single customer with a smile. Even though we are...
I don't know nothing about fantasy football. Everybody just tell me that, hey, you helped me out in fantasy this week, thanks a lot, and all that stuff. But I don't know. I never followed it. I don't know what happens. I don't know how you get points and all that. What's the goal to it, though?
It's like, like if you score a touchdown or if you get yards, then you accrue points. And then
So what happened at the end? What happened at the end? Like after the season?
It's like, well, the team would be like, they might have you, and then they might have like Peyton Manning on their team, and then those points, they're playing against another buddy of theirs, and then as they score those points, then...
So what can they win? Money or something?
Some like leagues play for money. A lot of it's just like so they can like talk trash to their buddies, you know.
Well,
so it's about.
They take it serious though, man.
Some people take it really serious.
Pretend like you're an owner, you get to draft your players and all that stuff. You know, you get to research information on it and all that. So.
Also, it's just like a hobby, just something to do.
It is a Sunday, and if they're playing football, it really doesn't matter as soon as those gates.
We're late for something. Guess what we're late for?
Broncos game?
No, man. We are in New England right now. We are on our way to the Gillette Stadium right now, and we can't even get to our...
to the New England game?
Yeah, we can't even get to the parking lot right now, though.
How do you get tickets?
It's not even until 8:15 because this guy we're filming, his name's Josh. He's
man.
They're having a big old huge.
You know I love the Patriots, and you're going to a freaking. I don't care when you go see Pittsburgh play or New Orleans.
This is my day, John. This is my day. Played in the league in college, league in law school, and now this lawyers league that I'm now the commissioner of. So yeah, been doing it for about 20 years.
Oh my God, bro, that's amazing.
We've been doing spring break for 20 years now. Well, believe me, I try. Girls, if you see this face,
Look at the face and the long arms, and he's got a real, dress well. We're both bald.
I'll have a disguise on, believe me. I've been doing it for so long, I'll be able to fool you. So for you 20, 21, 22-year-old girls, yeah, you better just watch out because there's a bunch of 37-year-old guys that are still going on spring break.
Amen. touchdowns. I'm gonna be 3-6 at this point. God damn, 6, man. You usually win these. I know. And the year that I'm on, the year that I get a film crew coming, I'll get my ass kicked. Yeah, maybe I should do fantasy golf.
No, bass fishing. You can do bass fishing.
Fantasy bass fishing. How about fantasy poker? This sucks.
My guy's coming up. Thank you. Thank you.
Look, no one's kidding anybody. We all know it's a game. No one takes it so seriously that we're getting crazy about it. But you get into it. It makes watching football better. You're more knowledgeable about football and the players, especially on offense. And it just allows you and your friends, that little measure of competition that we all at 35, 37, 38 years old, don't have anymore like we did back in high school.
Dude, we're gonna go get some cheesesteaks because really all we do when we travel around the country is go on these little food tours.
Who's next? Who's next?
2 cheese, inside out, with it.
2 cheese, 1 onions.
This is some rocket fuel for this week. This is gonna take me to the championship right here.
This is it, man.
I don't think I'm as emotional about it as you. I think you get more tied into the voodoo stuff.
I think I have noticed when I am there for my players and I'm rooting for them, they perform a lot better.
Do they really?
I think everything's up here. I mean, you can totally control
the fantasy mental game.
It's a mental game, kind of, but it's not just for fantasy. It's football. It's for everything.
This is horrible. This is going to give me a 3-6 record. All I can say is that I beat you last week, and that's good. I mean, I guess winning's a habit, and so is losing.
Josh found out last night that his dad had a stroke. So he flew home this morning at the crack of dawn. Actually, just before the crack of dawn. I don't even know how to feel about it. It's obviously a horrible situation. It's a horrible thing. I mean, he's going home to make sure that he's okay, and I don't know the details at this point.
I just keep on breaking down. I keep on breaking down. But I just keep
A lot of things have changed recently. Josh is back home in Denver with some dealing with some family things he's taking care of. So temporarily, Josh has been replaced with me on this project.
I was talking to him about fantasy rodeo, which I think is crazy. And he goes, you know what Meatloaf plays besides his, big money fantasy football leagues? I said, no. He says, fantasy bass fishing. Okay. And I said, no, you got to be shitting me, right? And he's all, no, I'm dead serious. Fantasy bass fishing. I was like, okay, rock on.
We're not just bass. I mean, that's the other thing. We do walleye. We do salt, a bunch of saltwater tournaments, and we're pretty diversified in terms of this fish species.
And the fantasy focus so far has been on the bass side, but I could really see us getting into fantasy walleye fishing. We have a bunch of walleye tournament trails, and now, like Jeff said, we have redfish, we have deep sea fishing for kingfish.
I'm a little worried about Josh.
What's up with Josh?
I haven't heard from him.
You just need some time.
Maybe like 2 days.
Well,
you think I should call him up?
yeah, I just leave him alone.
That's all I can do.
Hey, how was Little Miss Sunshine?
It was wonderful. Oh my god. I don't know how they can make something so miserable so funny.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
That's awesome.
Did you say how they make a gerbil so funny?
How do they make something so miserable so funny?
Oh. I don't know.
It wonderful. It was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I mean, just everything they went through was just absolutely miserable. Everybody was miserable, but it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. So that's talent. All right, well, just call me back in a little while, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, have fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Look at this.
Oh, she wants to talk to you.
Huh?
She wants to talk to you. You told me to blow her off. Can't you hear it in her voice?
Yeah, she's upset, but she gotta understand.
This is not important as this.
My goddamn team is
Who
just...
cares?
It's taking a dump.
Teams come and go. Women are forever.
Got a lot of work to do.
Technically, we could do that. That's it right there. That's the pattern. Basically 1, then 2.
Mm-hmm. And then 1.
Then 1. Then 1.
Well, the question was it 2 like this?
It wasn't 2 wide. Then 2 again.
So this now after this, it's gonna go back to that. Looks like Thanksgiving's gonna be kind of interesting. I'm gonna be spending some time with Melanie and her friends in Portland. Never had Thanksgiving in Portland before, so that should be kind of fun. Josh is gonna be out in Colorado, I believe, with his family, and poor little j.fred found out he has to wear the pager for work, and I don't know why he loves this job so much.
I'm just gonna be sitting here home alone, watching football, eating a bowl of cereal. But then I said, don't feel sorry for me because I got Cocoa Puffs.
I am thankful that I met Marlo.
Well, I'm thankful that Randy McMichael got me a touchdown today for my fantasy football team.
My eyes are burning from the smoky haze, and I'm needing just a little midnight air. There's a cafe around the corner, and I'm pretty sure it's so.
Dude, I can't believe I'm beating you right now. That's pretty insane. That's how it always goes, though. That top guy always gets beat by some scrub.
And I want everybody in the audience now to get up and kind of stretch. Go like that. Because if this is a typical Hunter and Josh production, right about this time, you get about, once you get beyond that hour point, you start to go like, oh shit, how much time's left? And you start doing this number. And you drop your popcorn and your soda and you're just like, oh God. And then the lights come up like 30 minutes later, like, oh. So what I want you to do is, instead of going through that lull, right about now, just stand up. Everybody in the audience, stand up. Stand up. Go like this. Go a little side like this. Do a little bit of that. Make a triangle. Make a triangle. Then make a circle. Then go like this. And do something like that. And then kind of stretch like this with your left hand. And then do like this with your right hand.
I'm hoping to be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, so hey.
There you go. Are you having some peanuts?
Hi.
You should have some of these peanuts. They're so good.
I'm Caroline Barton, and I'm from Austin, Texas.
Hey, do you know what fantasy football is?
Fantasy football? Yeah, on the internet.
Did you ever play it, or do you know people that play
My
it?
ex-boyfriend used to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you hate it? You're gonna be
It was
honest.
kind of fun. I like sports.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm saying tomorrow is my day. Okay, here's j.fred's reply. Miami is nice until a hurricane blows through town. Hurricane 309 is headed your way. This has been a crazy
How
trip.
long have we been on the road? Last time I was there for like 2 days, 3 days.
This very last time? Did you have an alright time?
It's good. Probably one of the best things I did.
How's your family doing?
Alright.
Alright.
Savardi do. Keelan cartoon. Cartoon's gonna be cut off.
Thank goodness the Aphids beat River Plate, beat my bro. It was a pretty easy game. It was pretty non-stress, which was nice. It's a good way to start the playoffs off.
When I'm in our clubhouse, we have a league with the Houston Astros also, and I'm the commissioner of that league, and that league has been a lot of fun. And when we're all in the clubhouse on Sunday watching the games, I mean, there's so much smack being talked, and everybody's just having such a great time. Like I was saying, sometimes our coach has got to, tell us to turn the TVs off on Sunday because we got a game in an hour. So.
I know I've been watching the games, and I know things aren't going well, so I'm not too excited, and I'm not sure about you either. I mean, I've been interested to see what's happening, but hopefully, man, I'm hoping at least one of us make it. Somehow both of us do. So give me a call when you get a chance. We're about to go get some food at Rock Bottom and watch a couple games, and hopefully somehow a miracle happens for me.
Yeah.
Tell him I'm not conceding yet.
He's not conceding yet. He's like the politician who got beat by 30% points.
You know what? We got 124 points. He's got another guy. You can't do anything. I hope. Tell me better bench the other guy.
Doesn't it feel good that you don't have to worry about that Monday night game?
It does feel good.
124 points.
It does feel good.
You're gonna watch Monday night game. If Drew Brees gets you 12 points tonight, you're still gonna watch Monday night.
I'm gonna watch, and you never know because Desmond Clark could get 4 touchdowns.
And it'll be like,
have you brought this
eBay
to
has
work and just put it on your desk and like an office job?
oh, what's up? Touchdown. Yes! Oh my gosh. Evan, this is John. Are you watching television? I'm watching, man. Oh, shoot! Oh my God! Touchdown!
No way. No way! He's thrown 6 freaking touchdowns. 5.
Oh my goodness. We gotta see what's going on.
5.
5.
He just threw another one. What the heck is going on? Some voodoo stuff going on here. We thought Bruce Boozers was going to cruise on into the championship, but alas, Aphids had a startling comeback here in the end. He hasn't pulled it off yet. He's got a tight end, and he plays tomorrow night.
Down in town, crowd gathers in the square. Been looking for a place, can't find it anywhere. I feel invisible, you know that can't be right. You take me in your loving arms.
I think the shot decides it. This might decide everything right here.
You get a strike.
This decides everything. It's not a strike. I lost.
How to replace that sucker?
Come on, man. They work, guys. That's my prediction. I mean, that's the way I see it. Look, you're concerned about the fact you don't want us to meet in the championship. I think it should happen. I hope it happens. I hope more than anything, it's I'll crush your ass. It's going to be the rematch. The rematch of 2004. What year did we play? 2 years ago. It must have been 2 years ago.
You know what?
That's a big rematch if that happens. That's huge.
Whether it's luck or whether it's skill, I've already made a commitment that I'm going to win this season.
Things will happen that you don't really predict, but you should, you know? Like the Phantom 309, we couldn't have predicted, but it seems perfect. It seems to fit right in with things.
That's just amazing. It's not like we saw aphids. It's not like we saw shaky legs.
I don't think you'll ever see shaky legs.
On the back of somebody's Mercedes-Benz. It's weird. It's like you can't predict things that are so damn predictable.
Oh, here we go. I got an airport sign.
It is weird, ain't it?
The most predictable things in life we can't predict. Bye, man.
See you in 2 days.
All right.
See you later.
I got the stats right here. I can watch the game. I know what's going on. And I know the fact doesn't matter. Chicago's so far ahead right now, they're not going to be passing the ball to their tight end, Desmond Clark. I'll lose by 3 points, man. That's the end of my season. That's the end of my run. It was a good game.
There's not even a single pass left in the game. 42 points for Chicago, and they can't even get to Desmond Clark. What happened?
I don't know how this is possible. I mean, I don't know if go look at your team. I don't know if somebody's cheating. I don't know what just happened. But somehow, I went to bed last night. I thought I was depressed and I thought I lost. And somehow it's saying I won.
Holy crap! Did you?
Jaguars 11 points. Eagles 16 points. Jaguars had 16 points 2 days ago. Now they've got 11 points. They took 5 points away. I bet you there's a block kick. I bet you it's that stupid rule that j.fred made up. That you lose 5 points if you get a block kick. And because of that stupid rule, I won.
Player in the world.
Bruce Boosters is gonna be so pissed off. That looks like a goddamn setup. He's gonna be so pissed off. Look, Jaguars. It says, it doesn't say BP. Block punt.
That's the rule.
Oh my god. We have to call a Keo, dude. This is call him. I was blown away. I got Josh. He came over to me. I was in my mind this morning. I was thinking about setting up my diary shot over there at the computer and just kind of going, "This is it. I'm done." And just kind of like my weird
stuff gets weirder.
It gets completely weirder. I was like, last night was weird in itself, but last night was kind of like, okay, it all settles down, And I'm like, how? And Josh was like, with camera, he's like, how the heck are you this lucky? I mean, he's just blown away by this ridiculous luck that I'm having.
You gotta talk to Evan and explain to him. Hey, I've gotta go do some shopping stuff now, so I can't talk right now.
All right.
But try and give Evan a call and try and make sense of this.
I will.
Hey, figure it out. Can you figure it out for me?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, cheap boy?
Cheap boy, did you call me?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, man? Look, I'm calling you because...
I'm not talking about.
What's that? Did you just hang up on me? Hello? You just hung up on me.
I can't believe you hung up.
Hey John, I need you to call me back. Some things are not going well right now. Evan just hung up the phone on me, so if you get this message, please give me a call, all right, dude? Our commissioner has this crazy little twisted rule that he throws in where you get -5 points if there's a block kick. If there was a block punt, then that crazy little rule falls in effect. My opponent loses 5 points, puts me in the lead, and then there's no more games, so I'm the winner. And I advance.
You sound like an NFL coach, because the NFL coaches, some play comes on, there's some penalty, or they immediately want to go to the league office, have them review everything, get a report. And that's what you're doing. Punt is blocked.
Punt is blocked.
You see it there?
So they negated 5. I won, dude.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh my god.
Isn't that crazy? I was like, okay, the commissioner's calling me a cheater now. He's telling Evan I cheated somehow, and I'm like, how? What are you doing?
So this happened to me earlier in the season.
Yeah.
My guy, I had Julius Peppers. He blocked the punt.
Yep.
I lost 5 points. I lost the game because of it.
But I know every time I do like an appearance, like I go to a high school, I go like do an autograph session. Oh, bro, I got you on my fantasy team. Cool.
That's me right here.
Yes.
That's on my team.
See, there we go right here.
You know
Actually, my man JD down here, we was doing something together at the school, and like I swear I had 50 people come up and tell me you on my fantasy team. So his whole thing now is we out there doing walkthrough or something. If you want to get under my skin a little bit, I'm gonna take you off my fantasy team if you don't straighten up. Sure. Yeah. So I mean, it's crazy, man. It's something that it's it's big now. It's big. Wherever you go, that's what you see, fantasy football.
This is from Heather. This is Heather sent me a message. What's the word? Will John be happy or sad when he gets home tonight? Oh shit.
I'm down 52-18.
Well, I gotta tell you, Santa Claus, this is not what I wanted for Christmas.
The season's gonna end today. I'm gonna lose this week. There's not a snowball's chance in hell. I got Ron Dane in my starting lineup. It's not gonna happen this week. I know that. So when it's over, and that's it. And then good luck to Miners and whoever whoever plays in the championship. But for me, right now, there's more important things than fantasy. There's a little thing called reality, and that's what I'm focused on right now.
Hunter, you have a shot. You have a shot.
I can have a game. I can have a game today.
Well, I hope you and Hunter do good.
I think we already know how.
I told you yesterday it was over, and today it's just piling on the dirt. And so I don't know why we even bother kind of paying attention. With
John, you secretly, though, have hope. I know you do. I could tell. You think somehow maybe your team can come back and win today, right?
Yeah, because I have a disease or something that makes me believe in hope.
Why is it that this year I didn't do well at the beginning and I didn't do well in the middle and I did horrible at the end?
You did okay at the end. You beat me.
Your Twinkies on.
Take care, bud.
All right. Say hi to everybody. Give me a call when you get a chance, but no rushing, you know?
Yeah. Can you imagine if you were trying to deal with something like this right now? I mean, like, who cares about this? I mean, honestly, and that's the way it makes me feel now.
Some
Like,
more
who
important
cares about the
things.
fantasy stuff? I mean,
I can't stand. It's a 10-point game. Can I get a score update?
69 to 77.5.
Oh crap!
I got some news for you.
Don't get me on film upset. Get me happy. Don't get me upset.
Philadelphia at the ball, 4th and goal from the 1 yard line. Westbrook touchdown.
Yeah! I don't want to get too excited on the boy. I don't want him to be like me getting all emotional. I don't want to be calm. You ever watch Kung Fu, David Carradine? He was always kind of calm. Bullshit. Oh, and Wilkins is going to kick a field goal now.
I'm never playing this game again.
This could be good. Westwood, I don't even want to watch. I'm going to go upstairs and call it a night. Because that fake punt cost me a game. Matt the Jerk Turk, fake punt, cost me the game.
Dirk.
Oh, baby, don't want to see you cry.
You got another touchdown. 28-yard run.
Holy smoking smokers! I can't wait till Monday night.
it's coming down to Monday night. It's all
kicker.
Shane Grant.
Who knew doesn't care? Yeah, Ma Green had a great game. Every other player she had on her team had a great game. Nobody on my freaking team did anything. They just sat there like little pansies, watching.
What happened to the Miami game?
People toss balls around, missing catches all over the place. They suck.
Did Miami lose 21-0? Was that the final score?
I can't wait till next year because I'm getting a brand new team. Everybody on my team, they're cut.
8:30.
8:05.
What's going on here?
This is my fight robe. What do you guys think? It's all about presentation, guys.
Where'd you get that?
Poem, Tokyo. Tune in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Remember that?
What?
Tune in Tokyo back in the day?
No.
I don't know.
His name is Shane Graham.
Shane Graham? Shane Graham?
6 or 7 field goals.
Shane Graham?
That's right.
This is the Shane Graham.
Look.
Here it is. Oh. Chip shot, 30 yards. That's 3 points because it's more than 29.
Good. It's good.
Yeah!
We were too loud.
Guys.
Oh my God, dude.
Congrats, man.
I think you're in the championship.
Congrats. That's awesome.
It was fun to meet your kids.
Yeah, finally.
I know. It was really cool. Like Christine smoking.
Like, he's going for 20 years, dude.
20 years from now. We'll see.
Donald's cool. Donald's cool.
He's a good kid.
Good to see Heather again, too.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right.
Thanks.
That was awesome.
Hey, good luck this week.
I'll win this week.
I'm on your side. Ow. Oh, sorry. You screwed your fingers together. I know. Well, Hunter, hey, let's be in touch, all right?
It's done. And
2 teams left. Who knew? And Phantom 309. It's pretty unbelievable to think that j.fred is in the finals. Unbelievable. I'm happy for him. I seriously am. I want him to win. He's my favorite. He needs to win. He's never won the championship, but I would have loved to be there to beat him. Oh well.
Now, will you ever retire?
No.
Never?
I think I'm a lifer. I'm in for life. I love the competition. I don't think I'm leaving. I don't think so. It's just too much fun, and I got too many friends that play, and you can't leave. You, on the other hand, trying to leave every year.
I try, and I get roped back in.
Jeez.
It's too much pressure. It's too much work.
Well, I'd like to believe you're going to stick it out. Your kids, what about your kids? They gotta learn how to play. They're not gonna learn from your wife.
Well, she wants them to play piano and do things like that. Even with her 6-point lead or prediction, she can't be feeling too good right now.
Dude, after last week, she's got to have a down week. And you didn't have an especially up week last week. You had a decent week.
Didn't really have a great week. 100 points though.
I got good feelings about your quarterback. I got good feelings about your team. But I hate to say it, as far as I look at it,
if I lose,
50-50. Flip the coin.
A lot of these guys I've known, really have known for a long time. And this league is really what bonds us together. I really don't know if I would be even communicating with some of my friends if they weren't in this league. This is something that is sort of a way to keep in touch, just to, say, hey, he's still there, he's still around. Whatever happened, you look back sometimes in your life and you say, whatever happened to Dick? Where's Dick now? Dick just disappeared. We were friends in college. I mean, we were on the bowling team. Where'd Dick go? He's gone.
We're all going to run into struggles, obviously, at some point. You can't avoid that. But what's really cool is that I feel like our friends, our network, our group, really our league. It's like we're a bunch of buddies. We're there for each other, and it's kind of cool that we've have this league to do that for each other. This season in particular has made me realize how important all these people are to me. And I hope I find ways to show that to them down the road, because there's many more years. There's many more years of all this stuff happening. Fantasy football, you name it. That's how I'm gonna know what's up. But I gotta move on. Heading west. Quick update. I'm on the road, headed to Seattle for a little Christmas. But as you know, it's the last week of the Intergalactic Championship League season, and it's who knew beating Phantom 309.
Brother Jim, can you win driving down the road?
In honor of the aphids,
Oh.
little list present.
Ew, it looks like an aphid on the front.
Hey dude, give me a call back. Your game's on, starting up right now, and I figure hopefully you're watching it, but you might be doing something with the family. So, I noticed you're ahead, like a couple points, but still, anything could happen. If Terrell Owens hits a big game right now, you might be in big trouble. He's never won the championship before, so this is a big day for him if he can do it. His team's not doing yet what it should, so he's got to hope for. I think he's got to hope for a better second half.
It's getting dark out.
I don't think it's going to be very easy to find Twinkies in Mom's neck of the woods here. These little funny places, but we'll give it a shot. See what we can find. Mom, did you find some Twinkies?
Different Twinkies that not posted.
No, we need Twinkies. We can't take the Mrs. Freshly's Fako Twinkies.
Tires.
That's what I just found.
Twinkies.
Check that out.
You don't know which way to go down these mountain roads. I wish I could show you how to fly,
These wings are mine.
Is it too late to buy postage? You guys closed or?
Nope. You get 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Perfect.
Yeah.
I gotta send this box of Twinkies to my friend.
Hunter and Josh, I hope all the time was worth focus.
That's how they do it in Italy, sideways like that.
It's been a great season, and the Twinkies, honestly, that was the greatest gift I've had in a while. Besides stuff that Heather's given me on various holidays.
Goodbye, and good luck, and good riddance, and I will see you in the future at an undisclosed location. Thank you. Friends, goodbye. Heather, I'm hurrying. He wants an hour of tape, so I'm doing an hour of tape. Well, I don't have a script. I don't know what I'm reading. I'm just rambling everything that I think to say. I'm trying to be funny. You know, first of all, let me do something else here. All right, Heather, it's time to go. Bye, everybody. Fantasy football film, 10 Yards, the movie, whatever this untitled movie is going to be called. I hope you enjoy. Oh my God, I got this mask on, Heather, and the window's wide open. Oh, I gotta take this off. Guys, I don't know what the neighbors are gonna think. They're probably staring. What? Bye.